the kingdom flourished under the rule of King Jalen. His reign was prosperous, bringing peace and stability to the land after years of turmoil. However, the king always carried a secret burden deep within him. Despite his success on the throne, there remained the haunting question of his true lineage and the strange prophecy his witch doctor had spoken all those years ago. As years passed, the kingdom began to face a new challenge. A dark shadow loomed over the land: crop failures, strange illnesses, and an unsettling unrest among the people. Whispers spread that the peace that had once been restored was now slipping away. The king, despite his best efforts, could not ignore the growing unease. It was during one fateful evening, under a crimson sunset, that King Jalen remembered the prophecy his father's witch doctor had once uttered: "The day you look upon the mad woman in the market square and accepted and love her as your mother, your land shall heal, and your mother's curse shall lift." His heart trembled as he recalled the woman, who had been forgotten in the chaos of his own ascension. The very woman who had given birth to him. A part of him had hoped to never confront this truth, but the land's suffering now demanded it. It was time for him to fulfill the prophecy. With heavy steps, King Jalen rode to the market square where he had once seen the mad woman begging for scraps. She was still there, huddled in the same corner, her tattered clothes barely protecting her from the cold. Her eyes, wild and unseeing, seemed to gaze beyond him as if she had forgotten all the years of sorrow. King Jalen approached her, his heart aching with the weight of what he was about to face. Slowly, he knelt before her, his voice trembling. "Mother," he whispered, not knowing if she could even hear him. In an instant, the mad woman's eyes flickered with recognition. A spark of clarity flashed across her face as if some veil had been lifted. She looked directly into the king's eyes, and for the first time in years, a tear rolled down her cheek. "Jalen, my son," she whispered, her voice barely audible, yet full of love and longing. Suddenly, the curse that had bound her for so long began to break. The madness that had gripped her mind started to fade, and with it, the land began to heal. The crops bloomed, the sick recovered, and the people rejoiced. The mad woman, now no longer mad, stood tall, her face softening with years of lost love. She reached out and touched her son's face, feeling the strong jawline of the man he had become. The bond between them, severed by fate and fear, was now whole. King Jalen, his heart overflowing with emotion, helped his mother to her feet. He had found the key to peace and prosperity in his kingdom, not through bloodlines or crowns, but through love, understanding, and the healing power of forgiveness. The people of the kingdom celebrated the reunion of their ruler and his mother. The land thrived, and the curse of famine and sickness was lifted forever. King Jalen ruled with wisdom, remembering that the true strength of a king did not lie in the throne, but in the heart of the people, and the healing that came when the past was finally embraced. And so, the prophecy was fulfilled, not in the way anyone had expected, but in the most beautiful of ways. For the mad woman in the market square was not just the key to the kingdom's survival, but the symbol of a love and sacrifice that would never be forgotten.